Okay, one more thing. Hey, we made it happen. Okay. Wow. Fallout New Vegas. I think this was my first drawing, at least my first drawing that I posted for that year. But yeah, this was for a YouTube thumbnail. And then, oh, I streamed this drawing. I think I already had a sketch. Oh, wow. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna, like, change it a bit. As in, like, kind of get out of my zone of drawing opossums and canids. So I drew a goat character that I, like, barely... I don't think I drew them at all this year, except for this one time. Well, that was their moment to shine. Oh yeah, this one too, okay. All the memories coming back. Did this one on stream as well. And watercolor. So I think, oh yeah, I used a Pinterest reference for this. There were people, changed them into my furry characters. Ah, first commission of the year. Wait, come on. Oh, it didn't drag there. I always get happy when people ask me to draw deer. Doesn't happen very often. But the shark plush, hey, it's working. Thank you. Yeah, deer personas are adorable. So fun to draw. I also really like the colors on this one. Yeah, this was another unique commission in the sense that it's a cybernetic elephant. Very unique Sona. There's my hand. But yeah, no, this was my PNGtuber. I can't believe my PNGtuber is not even a whole year old, I guess. And then this was a remake. I drew this with a human initially, but I was like, I want to bring this back into my portfolio, but I don't want it to be like, I don't want it to be dated. And then I want it to actually match everything else as far as like, you know, having a furry in my furry portfolio. Turned into a deer. I've been like trying to experiment with like a quicker, sketchier style. This is like with the watercolor brushes. I've had these watercolor brushes for years and I've been using them on and off. But I was like, I really want to make like a little sketchy style that when I feel like making an illustration but don't have to worry about it being too clean, I can use that. This was for a fellow YouTuber streamer who was doing cyberpunk at the time. I was actually quite happy with how this turned out. Like, I don't think I used any references. I thought the colors were like nice and bright. Right. Somebody like asked, I think to draw like maybe the possum just reading a book in a cozy library cafe thing. I designed my new vtuber. I feel like I've had this vtuber forever, but apparently not. This was another commission. I think it was the first commission I did on stream. I think I finished it on stream too. That was nice. It's nice that you can just like ask the person as you go. This was also a traditional thing. I want to do more traditional paintings, and I think not in a sketchbook, but like in an actual like, it's like block of paper. So I don't have to deal with that seam right there. Usually when you use like blocks of paper, the paper quality is better, and so you can like abuse the paper a little bit more. Doesn't curl as much. And then here's another traditional art one. Same sketchbook. Actually, now that I think about it, yeah, all of these were the same sketchbook. This is like almost at the end of the sketchbook. I'm actually quite happy how this turned out, because I was just trying to do a little storefront thing. Oh my goodness, Pride, I guess. There's Bandito. This was for Patreon postcard for, I guess it was spring. No, spring is the first Patreon postcard. So that would have, this was spring. So then this was summer. So I associate sunflowers with late summer. And then here's my D&D character, which is technically incorrect because Kankus actually have hands, not wings. But I was like, you know what, drawing it with a wing, probably, I don't know. I just felt like doing that. I still need to show this to my D&D group. I'm so bad at showing art to people IRL. Like when it comes to the internet, I'm like, all right, it's anonymous, whatever. I'll show all the art. When that was like people IRL, I'm like, nah, it's a secret. At this point, I made the spinny emote because that was my animation of the year. Probably my favorite animation of the year now that I think about it. It was simple, but I don't know. I like it. This one, yeah, I wanted to messing with the sketchiness. Like the perspective is incorrect, but like I'm like, I don't know, that's kind of a vibe. I technically did this picture like in the autumn of 2023, but it just like sat in my folder. for a good while because I was like, people aren't gonna like it. I'm not gonna post it. And then finally I was like, you know what? I'm gonna post it. It's silly. I like it. Whatever. Oh, some people drew them for art fight, which was pretty great. Much appreciated. I guess now we're in art fight era. Yeah, you could tell that I was like really digging the watercolor at this point. So first art fight, I was like, let's draw a fox. I feel pretty comfortable with drawing foxes, so I wanted to start in my comfort zone. And then I got art fight attack, so I tried to do like the revenge. This was a revenge. Goat. I guess I did all of these with the watercolor brush. I saw this person's character. I think this was a revenge as well, and I was like, hell yeah, what a good shirt. Then this was a revenge as well, I think. Yeah, just a shirt that says crime. It would be pretty easy to make. We should all make crime shirts. Just exist through life. Be a secret gang. And then, oh yeah, I guess this was like me drawing Sona art in between art fights. Yeah, this is the first time I drew the Sona in a while. Now that I look at this, everything is lined, except for like the paintings. And then except for this one. This one's lined in the foreground. Yeah, I always like change my mind on my technique. I just like variety, I don't know. But I feel like overall I've finally gotten some sort of consistency in style, even though I do change like some techniques from time to time. Then this was a part of a stream. Someone else requested the jackalope. I forget who, but that was a fun thing to draw. I would have probably not drawn it otherwise, so it's always nice to get like ideas from y'all. And then this was another art fight. Also, I did the painterly background technique. Have I drawn cats at this point? Okay, I drew these cats way back when. Yeah, this was like my first cat in a long time. This was also a stream. I want to get back into color pencil. I feel like there's a bit of a limit on colors sometimes. I was kind of worried. I feel like I need a better brown. I do like how they turned out though. I'm still a total like rookie when it comes to color pencil, but I'm starting to enjoy it a little bit more. Way less cleanup because you don't have to deal with like paint water and cleaning your brushes and everything. So here was another good old stream idea. I don't know what prompted all this. I started talking about gummy sharks. Oh no, I think I was like, I want to draw salmon. Somebody brought up salmon, and I was like, okay. I've been meaning to draw, what are these things called? Sockeye salmon? Because they're just like an aesthetic. And then yeah, the gummy shark. Although right now it kind of looks like a gummy dolphin. I tried. So the gummy shark actually came back because I was working on this. And I was like, y'all, I need ideas on what to put for the graffiti. And someone said gummy shark x Swedish fish. Like a fish, like a ship. I almost said a fish. Yeah, right. I was like, you know what? I really want to draw autumn stuff, even though it's like the middle of summer. I think I did this one on stream too. I was just kind of like in a kind of chibi mood, I guess. I ditched the watercolor brush and I was like, all right, we're back to, I don't know, smoother color. Oh hey, look, I'm back to the, what do you call it? The watercolor brush again. Oh, there's a shark over there. Right. Someone suggested, I forget this character's name from a video game. Still need to look into it. Dark Side of the Moon poster? Hell yeah. Is this for my birthday stream, I guess? Because I think that was the only time I did a raffle. Oh, and then I don't know if it was the same day, but I drew this crow. And I don't know, a lot of people really liked it. It actually ended up being a postcard. I'm most surprised how well my really quick drawings are received. I don't know, maybe people just long for the sketchiness. Yeah, get into the fall spirit. September 9th. Okay, it wasn't even officially fall. I was just like, it's time. It's September. Bring out the fall art. Ah, good old night in the woods. I would like to do more fan art. I avoided fan art for the longest time because I felt like too insecure about making it both my style and not like completely copying the original art style. But I don't know, I feel like I'm slowly figuring it out. Maybe more fan art next year. I made a new character, right? I drew them on stream. Wait, no. Oh, I did draw them on stream, but didn't look like this. I was just trying to figure it out. Picture isn't technically done, but, you know, it's a your character here. If anybody wants a your character here. Wah, wah, wah. I think I did this as a warm-up on stream. Yeah, Halloween time, right. It's, so this is a commission. I think this was my most detailed commission. I feel like indoor scenes, I don't know, they just take a lot more brain space trying to figure out what perspective is. Because I feel like you can get away with perspective being easier with outdoor scenes because there's way more organic shapes. And then, oh, the jack-o'-lantern. Not the jack-o'-lantern, the jack-o'-lantern. This was PNGto's idea. Props to them. This is their Sona. The opossum. I've been meaning to draw, because this was based on a photo. I've been meaning to draw this for a long time, and then finally I was like, I don't have anything to draw on stream, and I was like, you know what? It is time. I need to do this. I guess I'll throw this one in here too. Another your character here. Anybody wants their character here. It is for sale. On good old Spycyshark.com. I also feel like streaming has forced me to come up with ideas faster too. So if I'm just like sitting there, I'm like, okay, what am I gonna draw? I'm like, wait, I have all these ideas that I have been neglecting, like this possum, which is PNGto's Sona, possum Sona. I always forget. I didn't add them to my toy house, and that's why I completely forgot they existed. Here they are. And then, oh right, this character. I don't think I did this on stream. I have so many deer characters. I can't stop designing deer. Help. I was like, I could make them an adult, but I'm just like too attached to my deer characters. I do like their colors though. I'm a big fan of like orangish and blue or teal. Whatever you call this color. It's like a green blue. I think other than this picture, this is probably my second most detailed picture. And then this was my first sketch commission because I opened sketch commissions after I did this, and I was like, you know what? It would be fun to add them at a cheaper price. So I can get them done, like, within an hour and a half. Not too much overthinking. Don't necessarily have to color in the lines. And so, yeah, someone commissioned this one, and I was like, hell yeah. And then this was another commission. I really, really, really liked the colors in this. I realized I don't really use very bright colors. I thought I did, but now like I zoom out, I'm like, they're kind of muted. I thought I was pushing it with this one. I was like, whoa, this is so bright. Yeah, I was just working on this and I was like, hey, this is actually really nice. But now it looks like the rest of my art is super, super muted. I want to do more bright colors this upcoming year. And then, the snake. I remember someone called it the snooty, like SNOODIE. Someone called it the snooky, which, you know, that means something else. Snooty. I guess like SNOODIE. There we go. That's the hoodie. And someone was like, wait, what's the point of pockets? They're purely, what's the word? Cosmetic. I was like, maybe the tail can like go in the pocket? Fish something out? We got some things. I think it was supposed to be a cobra initially, but I was like, meh, just make it a green snake. I think this was the last piece of art that I worked on stream. No. I did some traditional art. But yeah, this was the winter postcard. Like zoom out, there is no snow anywhere. Actually, I'll scooch this over here. Except for that last one. I feel like I was getting some art block at this point. So I revisited an old sketch that I did in July, I want to say. I like this style. It's a little bit different from how I draw Spicy. Actually, now that I look at it, it kind of looks more like my vtuber. I forget who. Someone suggested, well, we have the possum shark. Well, then we need the shark possum. I didn't take a picture of all the pieces that I worked on for the moth stream, but we have Mothman. And then I guess lastly, just the summary of art. This is huge. Okay, it's not like huge. But yeah, it was hard choosing some of these because I was just like, I gotta choose one for each month. Or like, 'cause sometimes there'd be two pieces that I liked in 1 month. The Shawsome. Okay, I got confused. Yeah, we got the Snooty and the Shawsome. Good names. I guess luckily with this template, they gave you a spotlight area. So this one and this one both in November, and I both really like them. So I was like, cool, I'll put one in the spotlight. I did a lot more art than I expected. So I did not accomplish my New Year's goals. Last year resolutions, make more videos. I quit after a while. Making videos stopped being fun. More animation, also didn't really do that. Mostly just my emotes. Oh, I did the yap one. Okay, laugh, spin. Oh, did shark spin too. I think these are the new emotes for this year. Oh right, I was like, I want to make more traditional art and I want to sell originals. I think I got like imposter syndrome because I didn't do that. I really do want to make more traditional art. I don't know if I'll sell it though. But yeah, because I wanted to make something more like this, you know? A little bit more detail. Yeah, I think that was it for my New Year's resolutions. Things that happened in 2025. Got this new VTuber. I think that was a big thing because this took so long. It took months to make. Also the fact that I was like trying to work on it in secret too. I feel like if I do another VTuber, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna stream part of it because it's just, yeah. It was hard to try to keep up with streaming, making different art, and then on top of it, working on this VTuber in the background. I also made the hoodie later. Yeah, the little outfit that I'm wearing right now. I kind of want to make a third outfit maybe next year. It's purely cosmetic. I don't know how necessary it is, but it could be fun. Made the PNGtuber. Can't see it move at the moment, but they move, I swear. Next time I do another traditional art stream. Oh, first full year on Twitch, right. First affiliate stream. Yeah, technically this year I have streamed more hours than ever before. Because I used to do a lot of like 1 hour streams. And then even before that, I didn't really keep a schedule. Year resolutions for 2026. I need to make more ads for commissions. I have really put commissions on the back burner. I just need to be like, yeah, I'm open for commissions, like, over and over again. Actually be a good business possum. More sketchbook streams? Yeah, I really neglected my sketchbook after, like, I want to say the spring. Did a little bit in the summer, but not as much. Yeah, just more fan art. A total of 2 pieces of fan art. We can do better. Alright, well, thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate you. Take care, y'all, and have a happy new year. And perhaps see y'all 2026 wild. No? See you next year, indeed. Alright. Bye.